Let's say you're trying to research your great-grandmother and you're looking for her birth, marriage, or death record. How are you going to go about finding those documents? Howdy, I'm Devin Noel Lee, and this is Family History Fanatics, where we teach you how to climb your family tree and have a whole lot of fun along the way. As a beginning genealogist, one of the questions you need to always ask yourself is, do records exist for the person I am trying to research at the time of the event that I want to know about? How are you going to find out if a record such as that exists? Well, there are two things you need to know: location and time. So in the case of location, you need to know where your ancestors lived, as specifically as possible. Did they live in Ohio? Great! There are over 88 counties in Ohio. Which part of Ohio do you want to research in? Some records are kept at the state level, but a lot of them are kept at county and city level, and searching 88 counties is a lot. So you want to have a location as specific as possible. But as part of that location, you also want to understand the culture of that location. So let's say you want to research in an island, and this island is not known for keeping written records. It's going to be really hard to research your family on that island in that culture that does not keep written records. So you need to know location. The second thing you need to know is time. When are you trying to research your ancestor? So were they born in 1920? Were they born in 1820? Were they born in 1720? The reason why you want to know times is a couple of things. Records are, especially civic records, are kind of a modern invention. So you could easily find potentially a record for an ancestor in 1920 and find it even more challenging in 1820 and find that it doesn't exist in 1720 in the location you're researching because of when records started being kept. The second part of that time factor is that if you're researching in Germany in 1854, you're going to have a hard time doing it because Germany didn't exist as Germany until 1871. Before that, there were a lot of ducal areas, and you need to know which ducal area, otherwise it's going to be next to impossible to research in that German area. And so that not only do country boundary changes, city boundary changes, and county boundaries changes. So time and location are critical before you can even begin to research your ancestor and find records for them. One of the places that I began to try to figure out what records existed in a time and a place is going over to the FamilySearch Wiki. When I click on FamilySearch Wiki, I type in my location in this location field. I can put the smallest jurisdictional area first and ending with the largest. So in this case, I put in Huron County, Ohio. I couldn't put in United States, but yeah, we're a little US-centric over here. It isn't really necessary. When I go ahead and click on that, I come to the Huron County Genealogy page, the Huron County Genealogy Wiki page. And if I scroll down this page, I'm going to come to a section that tells me when did records begin to be kept in Huron County, Ohio at the civic level. So this is a quick snapshot. You'll find this in many of the counties and the states in the United States. When you start getting into countries outside of the United States, the format is not always the same, which is kind of a shame. But in any case, this is a quick guide to help me know when a record exists. So, can you tell when I probably should not be looking for birth records in Huron County, Ohio, kept by the county or the state? Yeah, we can. This happens as well for other locations. This is Lycoming County, Pennsylvania. Lycoming County, Pennsylvania, and if you're from Pennsylvania and I'm saying that wrong, please forgive me, but you can see that they started keeping records long after Huron County started keeping their records. So just because Pennsylvania was in the United States longer than Ohio was doesn't mean that their records are kept longer at the civic county level compared to other locations around the country. So go ahead and visit the FamilySearch Wiki to learn this information. Now, in the case of Germany, I went over and they don't have the quick guides, but they do give me instructions on when records were likely kept, where to find them, and they also give me research strategies. So go ahead and check your location and then look at the time records are kept within that location and look for some strategies on how you can be successful. Now, I am a young mother. I have children at home. Going to an archive is very difficult for me. Traveling to Germany to research my German ancestors is difficult for me as well. So my next question is, not only does it exist, but does it exist online? And don't get me started, not everything is online. For some of you experienced genealogists out there, when you're a beginner, you want to see what's available online, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, how are you going to do that? Well, your friend, the FamilySearch Wiki, is going to help you out. On many of the pages, there will be links to collections both on FamilySearch, on Ancestry, and things like US GenWeb, whatever, that users has voluntarily contributed to these wiki pages. You can find links. Notice I said users voluntarily contributed. Not every page is going to have all of the collections linked on this page as another page would, because volunteers are the ones who are putting these links up. So if it's not on the wiki, it doesn't mean it's not online. It means you have to dig a little deeper. You can go over to our friend Google and you can type in the other websites, Ancestry.com, Find My Past, My Heritage are 3 good ones to start with, and then type in the location you're researching and the type of record you're after. Notice here, I typed in Ancestry and I typed in the record and location I was looking for, and I have some results. The same happens with My Heritage. Now, the other thing you can do to find records is to check out state archives. I like to pick on Seeking Michigan, but it doesn't mean it's the only state out there that has these digital archives that have these digital collections of records for your ancestors. So just because it's not on FamilySearch, Ancestry, you name it, it could be over on a state archive and they could have exclusive rights to those collections. So don't say if it's not on the Big Four, it doesn't exist online, because it could be there. You just need to look for it. And what is great is a lot of times these archives are linked on the FamilySearch Wiki pages, not necessarily under vital records, but somewhere on that wiki page for the location that you're researching. That's a lot of information fast at you. What other questions do you have about finding the records, if they exist and if they exist online, for your ancestors? And then check out any of these videos to be the next one you watch.